Hello everyone, happy Friday. Doo! Yay, right? All right, I'm gonna give everyone a moment to jump on here. If you're joining me live, let me get everything plugged and charged and set up and all the above. Could be a little bit of a chore. There we go. All right, well, I'm excited. You know, it's been a while since I've done, well, I guess I did one recently, the Friday Craft, but it's been a while before that, and so it just feels, I don't know, just nice. I like it. So it's a fun way to kick off the weekend, in a way, right? A little bit of creative R&R, kind of like segue out of, well, life is life, but segue, it's a little bit of a segue. It works. I feel the effect. So I hope that you do as well. I hope that you are going to be creating along with me. Grab your supplies, put your goodies on, go for a restroom break. I did all the above. I'm charged, I'm ready, and we are going to be creating, actually, I'm going to be creating with the June Kiwi Club Kit. So everyone should have gotten theirs by now. If not, I hope this isn't a spoiler, or maybe you already saw it or whatever. I don't know. Usually sometimes this second week falls in around the 10th, sometimes it falls around the 15th. It's a little bit earlier in the month of June, but definitely I always enjoy creating with the club kits because they help simplify the process even more, especially with the papers already coordinating and all of the above. But whether you're, if you're not a Kiwi Club member, like hopefully you're still inspired, whatever we create, just like a sketch, right? That we use all the time as those springboards. I'm sure that you'll be able to utilize the supplies that you have and create your own project or all the above. And then of course, for those that maybe not, that have the templates but not these papers, pull out your papers, go shop in your own paper stash for something that you're going to be creating tonight. All right, boy, those comments took a while. I see you guys now. Hi Trisha, hey Carrie, hey Sherry. Okay, let me pull this up. Okay, so there we go. Yay, I can see you guys now and connect with you in the comments. So please comment so that I can absolutely, if you guys have any questions, let me know as we go along. Again, it's kind of just, we're gonna go through the process. How many of you guys noticed in the Kiwi Club, I think this is probably what, the third month, we started to put the sketches in there, kind of a sketch of the month to go along with it, correlation. And if you haven't downloaded the PDFs, you can go into the shop underneath Kiwi Club Idea Books PDFs. They're digital. You can download those for free. So inside of there, you'll see samples that we create with using the kits each month. Of course, correlating with any other designer templates that we might have. But overall, again, those ideas are there to inspire everyone. And so if you want to just look at the ideas, kind of utilize them and adjust as you see fit, then that's great. But it's super fun to get the new designer templates and mix and mingle them with other ones and just have it show up on your doorstep every month. I know we say it, but it really does feel like Christmas, so it's super fun. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So here's a look at some samples I did already make. I just thought I would show you that really fast, which again you can see in the PDF. So this one I actually pretty much made off of this sketch. You guys see this? I think we can, I'm in the frame, right? There's the sketch. There's the layout. Pretty much, yeah. That was a lot of fun actually. It worked perfectly. Tonight I'm going to be scrapbooking similar pictures. I have more pictures from our Washington, D.C. trip, so we'll be doing that. And then this other layout is from this sketch, and I thought it was really fun to see the difference between mine, Shiloh's and Debbie's using this sketch. This was the layout that I created using that one, and then I think we're going to use one of these sketches tonight, and then we'll be able to, by the end, cross-reference between the two samples and compare to the sketch. I just think it's so much fun. Each one's so different in and of itself. So that was kind of that before, and you can just kind of adjust it. This was a pit stop we made on our way over to Washington area. We kind of did a road trip up and around as once we moved over here to the east side a little. And everything's so nice and close. It's perfect for road trips. Anyways, so yeah, this was a rest stop and we just took all these random silly pictures. That was fun. Fun. It was hot. It was in the summer. Don't recommend going in the summer. And then here's another quick little layout that I did. So probably seeing these if you downloaded the PDF. They're super fun, but I thought I would just get a feel, a sense. And if you haven't seen them, then hopefully some of those ideas started to inspire you and get you that itch, maybe, to go create a little bit. You know, I was put it up in the comments, which I thought was so ironic when I ran into it. You guys have probably heard this before, the saying around travel. We travel not to escape life, but for life to not escape us. And I was like, and I just saw that right before I'm about to do this crop, right? Tonight, and I was like, well, that's perfect for scrapbooking. No, isn't it not? It's so perfect. Because the truth about scrapbooking is that, you know, it does help you escape life for a moment. It really does. It's good therapy and rejuvenating, and allows your mind to go into a subconscious creative flow, all the above. But it also helps you for life not to escape us, for us not to forget our story and our memories and just everything. So I love that combination of therapy and creation and escape and memories and reliving and recreating something to allow our memories to live on forever on the things that we create. So love it. All right. So now when you hear that thing, you'll be like, that's the truth for scrapbooking. I'm also thinking we might do some fun giveaways. It's always tricky with lives, but we'll see how it goes. Get you all in the comments here. All right. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be creating or scrapbooking or creating a scrapbook layout with these pictures in mind. I still have plenty more. So I'll probably do a page and then probably maybe another pocket page or another page out of the rest. But this is kind of what I had left over from that other page I shared with you guys for our Washington trip, which was a lot of fun. We definitely need to go back. There was so much to see. We just had a day there because we were just driving through. And I hate that picture tried to cut it off, but I'm sure that's actually the kids taking a picture. But so much to do. So who knows? Maybe next year we'll head back over, since I think it was like maybe 7 hours. So it wasn't that bad of a drive. So it was really fun. And of course, you always get a variety of title cards in the Kiwi Club kits, and they're double-sided for usability, but also the variety of title cards for versatility. You'll never use them all in the sense of maybe all the titles will be perfect. I definitely don't. But we want to create enough versatility so people can see the versatility of the kit. Because sometimes it's the title cards, you're like, ooh, you know what that would be perfect for is pictures when we went to the local restaurant and it was so good and I'm going to go get that. You know, so sometimes it sparks that memory too. The world is big, too big to tell just one story. So that's fun. And then yes, there is you guys probably got if you are a Paper Kiwi Club Kit member, you probably got the email with these even more talking about therapy. There we go. Since there is a misprint in one of the main sheets, which I looked at my own samples on these to see after that was noticed. I didn't notice it. But also it wasn't a focus on my page, so like you can barely see it on, well, it's right here, but you can't see it like on the other one. So I was like, oh well, yeah, it is what it is. I guess that will be a memory all in and of itself, right? But lots of titles to choose from, I guess, is what I was trying to share there. let's start getting to create. How about that? So first step first, same little cycle here. I always start with my background, and then I'm going to start playing on top of that canvas to create. So we're going to play to create. So inside the Kiwi Club kits, you do get a vast majority of patterns and supporting patterns. They're all double-sided so that you have that usability and versatility. We try to make sure that they all work with each other in some fashion or another. So like these would be main patterns, but then you have plenty of supporting and blenders to back up those main patterns instead of them all competing against each other, which doesn't really help in kits that do that. Some other paper kits and stuff like that, because then what you end up doing is you have to then go outside of the kit to try to find other patterns that balance it. So I really love that about the Kiwi Club kits, is that they encompass that need for supporting and blenders and cohesiveness, so that it's not all screaming in the sense of pattern. They're all patterns. This is a pattern, this is a pattern. These are the same. As far as production, well, not design production, but cost production, but you need all of the above. So that's really fun. So as far as the backgrounds go, we plan for those that might want to do a 2-page. So we have this or this. I actually didn't use the yellow last time on my other layouts. Look how pretty that is. It's almost like a gold yellow. And then we have these options. What did I not use? I'm gonna actually look, hold on. So on my other layouts, I use this 1-pager. I use the dark blue on that one and the cream on that. So I think I might try to see if, just to mix it up a little, if either the gold or the teal will work. Hello Lisa, how are you? And the way I'm gonna see if it will work is I'm gonna pull out my pictures and I'm gonna see if they clash at all. So what I'm looking for is maybe if the skin cone, if it competes with my skin cones, or you'll just know. A lot of times when you put a piece of paper, like you'll just like, whoa. In this case, nothing's really competing that I can see. Let's put it over here. See how the tone just changed a little? It actually really kind of warms it. It's kind of fun with these museum pictures. Brings out that a little bit. Let me try it over here. So what do you guys think? Ooh, I think either one. It definitely creates a different tone. I'm gonna have to narrow what pictures I'm gonna be using. Maybe something like, that one. Do a couple of those. Of course, if any of those didn't work, you could always flip it over, which in this case, I prefer the other side, or the dark blue one. Yeah, I'm thinking actually these ones that I haven't utilized in my other ones. Well, I'm kind of feeling gold. What do you guys think? Slightly, what happened when I put it on here is I noticed this kind of whitened out a little bit, which is probably the editing I did on the pictures. And then when I put it here. Now, again, you'll have layers, especially if you design with the borders and stuff. A lot of times those will go on the outside. Not all the time, clearly. But the reason why I double check my background against my pictures is because usually in the center you'll have your pictures, even if you have photo mats, you know, kind of separating it. It still will be mostly the background sheet, your pictures, and then, you know, little extra elemental or accessories to kind of decorate up around it to add to the overall mood. But your pictures usually are pretty connected to your background sheet. So it's always helpful to kind of get that sense of what your pictures and your background, do they work together? Are they cohesive? Does anything just stand out? And again, I'm mostly looking for it washing out my pictures kind of getting lost, or it does nothing for them is also another thing to be aware of. Like, it did nothing for that. It didn't help them shine in any kind of sense. Or skin tone colors, because even in a picture you think, you know, like when you put a piece of color up to your shirt and you're like, that's just not my color, I can't wear it. I think that's true even sometimes with pictures. Like, you'll put it, just depending on the light, not necessarily you, but just the light that happened to be in the reflect when you took the picture kind of shifts a little. So there's a little insight into that first step, which I don't really probably spend a lot of time on, but it is things that I calculate. I've gotten quicker over time, I think, to quickly make those decisions, but it's always my first step. I always do this calculation where I just kind of give a quick assessment, and then I can kind of move from there. Now, granted, nothing's permanent, so in the middle of it, if you realize, just kidding, you started to add maybe other layers and they start competing or something, and then you start, then just flip it over, or just, yay for double-sided paper. It's awesome. Okay, so here we go. So I'm gonna move those to the side. I'm gonna get a tray out, try to be organized this time. I cleaned my scrapbooking room just for you guys today. Even though you can't see the rest. If you joined me for yesterday's craft in, I was like, my room is such a mess. It really was. I had no space around me, but we did it anyways, and created those fun Father's Day cards. But today I actually cleaned it up. I swept off my floor, and I think today maybe I'll try to fight my habit to throw things on the floor. I have a trash can right here. No promises though. I might be sweeping again by the time this is over, because I definitely have a habit of throwing my scraps on the floor. I don't know, there's something also very rewarding to just throw it on the floor. Not many times in our life do we just get to throw it on the floor. So, all right. What sketch you guys feeling? I think I could go either way and create a whole new type and version of it, probably. So number one, number two. Number one, number two. Number one, number two. What are you guys thinking? Can I see comments? Are you guys there? We're there, right? Okay. Anyone feeling anything? Kind of want to see the transformation of a specific one to hopefully maybe inspire you in a future project that maybe you're going to have in the works? What do you guys think? Christine, one. So one, we said one over here. Okay, Christine, I'm going with it. You're the first one I saw comment. We're going with it. Okay, number one, it is. Both, Betsy says. Well, the night is young, I guess, Betsy. For sure. Okay, a lot of you guys are saying one. Let's do it. So I think what's fun about this sketch is that the borders, you know, the AB that we often do, they are actually designed to come in and then across the page a little bit. So that's kind of fun about this sketch. It just kind of shifts it a little bit. And so we'll see what we can do with that. I'm trying to think what border. Can't ever go wrong with the borders. I'm thinking probably something more simple, maybe like Clara Lane. It's probably, I'm trying to think what maybe this border was. It looks like, ooh, that stumped me. I'm trying to think. It looks like, person to let me know what border this is, I'll give you a $5 store credit. Let's do some fun giveaways tonight. How about that? Now I gotta go figure out what it is so that I know if you guys are right or not. Hold on. It might be in the PDF. No? I'm stumped, and I don't get stumped. Matthew, okay, hold on. Lisa says Sunnybrook. Let me check Sunnybrook really fast. Hold on. And then I saw the Matthew. I'm seeing them come in. I can. It must be Friday, guys, because I am usually so like, oh yeah, that's what it is. It is. Why am I not finding it? There we go. Okay. Let me see. I just have to know. Now my brain won't give a rest until I know too. Okay. Nope. Or not, hold on. Checking the other person's. It wasn't Sunnybrook. So then I see. Correct. Matthew, correct. Here, let me get back to that page so I can see who it was, the first person that commented. What is going on? Like, Facebook won't even let me go. Oh, son of a gun. What's going on? Okay. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm scrolling back up. There we go. Yes, it's. I asked a stumbled question. That's the last time I can ask a question when I don't even know the answer myself. Okay. I think I see, was it Sherry that answered first? Can someone see? Well, everyone's gonna be different on their end. Here, let me go back up. Why? Every time I scroll up, it pushes back down. Who said Matthew first? Oh, brother. It wasn't Jason. It's not Eli. Okay, that was just a bad idea. Ignore all that. What in the world? I can't even see who that was. It actually is Eli. Sorry. It is Eli. Ouch. Maureen? Okay, so Maureen, I'm showing Maureen. And then who said Eli first? I'm counting on you guys. Okay, so Maureen, you get 3 votes for you, Maureen. Thank you, ladies. My goodness, my phone is up there and I can't even think the correct on it. Okay, who said Eli first? Because it is Eli in the sketch. So you both are gonna win. Lisa? Okay. Maureen and Lisa, email support@kiwilane.com. Actually comment so I can see your last name as well. Marcel is on top of it. Okay. So Maureen and Lisa, you are both our winner. There we go. Maureen Garcia. Okay. And Lisa Groff. Got it. You guys are awesome. Okay, I'm gonna, happy Friday. Email support@kiwilane.com and we will get you, I wrote it down too, so what I'll do is I'll verify with them, but then if you email them, then they can connect it to your account and get you your $5 prize. So yay! All right, let's get back to creating. How about that? Oh, that's the last time I'll ever do that again. Because I'm like, what in the world? I don't know what's, also Facebook's like glitching, like it's never done that. I can always see it, but for some reason every time I scrolled it pushed it back to the top. Okay, so again, what's fun about it? So I'm trying to think what border, because you can use any border. It doesn't, like, utilize what borders you have. I was thinking maybe something clean. The only thing about this one is it pushes it down a little bit more, but I love Clear Lane. There's a couple other ones like this, like Madison has it, Paisley has a fun, like kind of like a hump, which can be fun to create, or to like a really nice place that you could put something on top of. So we'll see how that comes to play. But I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with Clear Lane. I haven't used it for a while, so if it doesn't work, we'll always change it out and see what else we can do. The other thing about this is it does have like kind of this strip piece in here. You can choose to do that. Lots of strips in there, and then it's all about little photos. Now this is where with sketches, of course, you might have to adjust depending on your photos. So I have a lot of actually 4x6 horizontal pictures that probably I don't want to cut down, so it might work out nice. I printed these from home, so that's why the white, or maybe, no, I didn't print these ones at home. Might have to trim those whites off a little bit. It just printed weird because it was off of my phone, which sometimes happens. These are a lot of just like landscape ones. I want to throw in a variety here. And then I think what I'll do is with the extra, I might throw in a pocket page to finish this trip up. This is a good one. It has all of us in it. We've gotten pretty good at selfie pictures. And then maybe I'll do these in a pocket. I could do a smaller one. I don't have many pictures. I don't want to crop this one down because I would want the elephant in. Let me see if I can crop those down. Hold on. Let me pull out my pictures. Designer templates so that I can incorporate and see what I might be able to crop down on these. So I can kind of get them all in the picture on that. Let me see if I can go smaller. So there's a 3x4. It kind of captures what's happening in that picture. I could go up a little to maybe get a little bit of that texture in the building. So that could work. So if I did that, then let's see. And then if I wanted to do 2x2s, I did that on this other layout. I'm not quite sure I'll have many pictures I can crop down on this one. On this one, I actually did do the pictures, but maybe instead of pictures, we'll do some fun elements instead and change it up a little bit. What if we did like, maybe what if we did is pictures and fun elements in the front, so change the pictures versus the tags look. That could be cute. I'd have to go long pictures again. Let's see. Have this picture. So then the next is assessing your pictures. So assess your background, assess your pictures, and then kind of see, I could probably get her and that, and then maybe that one there. I'm going to trim those off, the white pieces. And then maybe instead of 3 small pictures, I put 1 picture there. it could work. And then, or I could put, let's see, 3 pictures upwards. Are you guys there? In the world, it just stopped playing for me. There we go. Okay. Hold on, I gotta do a quick assessment. So I always do this live with you guys just so you can see the process. So hopefully you bear with me. Sometimes I think I should have planned it out before I go live, and sometimes it's helpful to do that. But in this case, I think maybe I'll do that, and then we can always replace that maybe over here with this fun other design that came in the kit. So instead of doing like pictures tags, we could do pictures and then use a decorative element underneath that. That could be cute. So that allows us to get a couple those pictures on there still. Then I gotta decide which pictures. So I definitely am gonna be doing a pocket insert, pocket page insert. I usually do that, like whenever I have a 2-page, I put just a pocket insert, and we'll see at the end if you guys want to stick around. I can always do that live or show you guys later, but those come together quickly, so that's why I don't mind doing them. Okay, well hold on, let me see if I can get most of this elephant in that picture too, which I could probably get a lot of that in, so we could probably crop that down. I lose a lot of that tree, I don't want to do that. She was excited to take a picture of the tree, so I was like, okay. And then they actually had a baptism going on, and so that was interesting to kind of witness that, just, you know, citizens going, and that was, they all joined together, so that was fun. I'm just trying to decide if I want to use that somewhere else so that I could maybe make a comment about that. Well, this will only work if I can crop down some pictures, so maybe I'll do that one. And then these other ones. Actually, here. I could get the kiddos just playing by the water. That works too. Okay, that's what I'll do. Great, yay. I'll be honest, I always look forward when I get past that phase right there, because then you can kind of get a feel, and then you can go and say, okay, great, now I have all that figured out, and we move on. And we could even say, maybe what I'll do is move that, maybe more of the monument pictures. It's a good picture of all of us. I always like to start with a picture that kind of starts the feel of the page. I mean, all of these do. They really do capture it, but yeah. For this one, you keep those in. Again, I'm going to pick it up with a pocket page. Just something that's a little bit more substantial, usually on the picture front, or like really stands out to you. I don't know, it's just something I think about. Because we read left to right, right? So I always kind of like the page to have a flow across. And if there's a story happening in the pictures, or if there's a beginning point, which in this case we did walk in and just I had them take a quick group picture. This one too, quick selfie. So it's kind of like, oh, okay. And then over here, just exploring the different places. I think I'm going to keep these all together because we're going to have 3 up there on the museums with the mix of everything else. So I guess in a way, it'll be mixed up, all of the above. All of the above, it's all Washington, basically. So, okay. I'll come back and crop those pictures down, and then we'll see where we go. But I want to kind of finish decorating or designing my page. And so we're going to do that And so instead of maybe a 4x or another, you know, because there's lots of ways you could shift it. Like you could say 4x6 and then a 3x4. You could do it that way, but I'll just do one 4x6 horizontal, and then put a couple more over here with an insert for the pocket page to pick up the other pictures. So if I needed to fit more, I could. No, I want to keep that. I was about to say I could crop that one down to a 4x4, and then maybe fit another one over here for 3x4, and get one more picture in the mix. Actually, I'll probably do that because I'll probably just do a small pocket page. Yeah. Okay, Laura, we'll see where we go. Would love to see a pocket page. Okay. All right, we'll finish it out with a pocket page insert. Okay. All right. So that gave us one more picture in the mix. So I'm gonna go with that. And then as far as decorating, I mean, we're traveling, so it's nice to throw in some travel ones. Ooh. I'll probably be using the doodle sheet because I think it's a lot of fun from the Kiwi Club Kit. And then these are just fun little accent pieces, so they're just, we could probably, I don't know, we'll choose where we put them on our page, change it up a little bit from the sketch, maybe something like that. And then let me pull out tiny dish or tiny travels. I was just looking at this. This is for Liberty. Could do something like that, but I don't have that picture here. I could layer it behind. We'll see. I guess on paper what it happens to translate it into, excuse me. That was from the Liberty accessory set, which we unvaulted, by the way, and then I thought they were all gone. I thought they went back into the vault, and then they told us when this kit came out, they're like, no, Liberty's still in the shop, and we didn't vault it again. And I was like, oh. Anyways, so that's a really fun set. I just put that in the comments. That accessory is really fun. But Tiny Travel is one of my favorites. I love it so much. I love the little globe in it and just the fun elemental things of it. It's super cute. Actually, in the Kiwi Club PDF, I saw Debbie put this like around the corner of the picture. I might do that because it was super cute when I saw her page where she did that. I thought it was so fun. I can't really show you guys because we're live, but I don't know. It was just super cute. It was just a little piece of an accent. And then of course these other ones can be really fun. We can layer on top. We can do some kind of fun layering here. This little scenic route number 3, it's just a fun elemental foundational piece. Like, so think of it like, you know how you have brackets and you have brackets kind of just layering behind like the bracket accessory set or something that you can layer on top of, but it's just a fun different shape and design. I'm sure you can do a lot of other things. Actually, I saw someone do more like a starburst. Like they created 3 where it came up out of their page. Oh, I'm trying to remember who that was in the community. But in this case, I'm just treating it almost as a, like I said, a foundation that we can kind of layer on top of. Okay, the world, I don't know, it's just so cute. Every time I see the globe, I just want to use it because I just think it's fun. I love it. So I'm going to keep that close and handy. Tiny Travel. It comes with just all those fun pieces. Lots of fun little elemental pieces that you can decorate and use in different ways. So cute. And then we'll layer on maybe a couple other elements from the doodle sheet. Oh, I'm feeling a little detail tonight, so we'll see where it takes us, because it could be really fun. It could be really fun. And then, I can't remember where the circle, I think that circle actually works there. So I'll leave that out just in case we layer something there. So for the most part, I think we have a good starting point based off of our sketch. So you can tell already it changed a little bit from where it was. And then we're going to, let me put these away for a moment. And then now I'm going to start gathering out my papers. And let me pull those papers back out here. And decide on some, a main, I typically put more of the like themey patterns into my borders. I typically do that. But even then I was hesitant to tell people that, but it is true. I typically do. So I just don't think that you have to, but I often, that's where my busier patterns will go, is into my borders, because I feel like the borders carry those busier patterns well. And then again, it just frames it nicely. So in this case, I'm going to use this main pattern here. And then I'll probably pull out Washington, D.C. and spotlight that as well, kind of like I did on this other layout. Kind of continuing this collection of memories that I have going on. Oh, I'm doing pretty much the same sketch as the other one. That's cool, that's okay. All these memories will be next to each other in my album, so it'll be good. That's why I was like, I think to finish off Washington, D.C., I'll probably just do a pocket page, because already I have 2 pages of it, and then we also went to Philadelphia at the same trip, so I have another page I have to finish of New York, and then I have Philadelphia, and then that kind of finishes that summer vacation. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to try to get those sayings that I want in there. So in this case, I kind of do want more of this row of Washington, so that it kind of shows up on the side. Also avoid the oops mistake here and there in this case. Otherwise I can just cover it, but which might have to on this side. So that will be easier for me to cover those on this side as well. So doable to still use this sheet. I think they actually added a couple little notes in the email, if you guys aren't familiar with what I'm talking about. This one had mistakes on it. I'm not gonna hide from it. It is what it is. Mistakes happen for sure. But I'm gonna utilize those sheets, the spots that I want on this sheet. Okay. And then, oh, I'm gonna grab my paper trimmer because I cleaned up my room. Hold on, let me grab it. We're gonna cut that down. Typically I would go to the edge, but when you have some pieces like this in, I want that Washington D to kind of pop, or DC to pop up on the spot right there. So I'm gonna cut in my paper a little bit. And this design with the top bottom, the way it is, works for this type of pattern as well, because one will be up and one will be down. So that will be good too. And it, on the other side, it actually has this really fun pattern. So that's, you can also take advantage of that double side on that sheet of paper as well. And then, the arrow, this one, it's travel 17, Jackie. Oh, is it storming in Virginia, Debbie? Like thunder and lightning kind of storm? Hopefully all is well. Hopefully you don't lose any power. I always love a good storm. I don't know, there's just something, I mean a safe storm, right? I mean, what level of storm are we talking about right now? But I don't know, there's just something fun that makes you just kind of want to stay home. some warm, like a hoodie on, a sweater, some socks. It's always fun. Yeah, it's in Tiny Travel, correct. Yeah. All right, so let me ink these edges, of course. Do you guys have any fun summer trips? Summer, I mean, it's just beginning, but do you guys have any fun places that you're going to be going to? You have plans? Lacey is off at girls camp right now, so that's why kind of my house is quiet. And then David and the older girls end up going to Oregon, so that's where they're at right now, and for David's little brother's wedding, so they're headed out that way. So kind of like that's it early on in the year, or early on in the summer. We'll see, we might go, I don't know, camping, but you gotta do that earlier in the summer. It gets too hot. It's been really hot the last couple of days, humid and hot. Oh, is a houseboat on the lake in Arkansas? Oh, that sounds amazing. Nothing but this, oh, Lisa, she says, nothing planned, but this kid is motivating me. Let me tell you, that's taking it a whole new level. I mean, we always laugh as scrapbookers, right? That like, hey, go put this color shirt on so that you match my paper. But yes, I am a little guilty too. Sometimes I'm like, hey, listen, I want to use this scrapbook paper, so we're gonna go make some memories that will go along with it, right? I'm trying to think when I did that. I have done it once. I'm trying to remember specifically. Definitely, I feel like I did it with camping. I was like, I want to use this camping paper. We're going camping. I wanted to go camping anyways, but it was just kind of my way of saying, let's go camping. But yeah, super fun. Okay, so now that we got our borders down, I'm gonna go on to cutting out maybe a piece of paper that I think is gonna be this kind of big background sheet that you see here. So I think that's really gonna add to this page, because right now the pictures, you could do it just this way, but I feel like it will add a little bit of structure. So again, always be careful not to, unless you don't care, but if you want to keep these intact, I always put my 2 sheets to the side that are technically dedicated for your backgrounds, but you don't have to use them that way. But I just don't want to accidentally mix them and cut them up. So I always put them to the side. Then we can kind of just assess again. It's kind of doing the same thing. If you like that blue with it, that's kind of pretty. I kind of like that light feel coming out. I mean, gold on gold won't work. There's a gray, but then I feel like the gray with the border won't work. There's almost this. I don't like it with the gold. Not in this case. It looks really cute. Look how cute that is. So cute. I think Shiloh, if you guys haven't downloaded this PDF yet, it's so cute. You have to go download it. It's so cute. Maybe I'll put the link here in a minute in the comment, or if someone grabs it. Could always do this one. I know I had flight pictures when the kids went on their first flight. I scrapbooked them like a year and a half ago, and I'm like, dang it, because it would have been so cute with this kit. The colors would have been perfect. Like, not just the planes. The planes are adorable, but the colors would have been perfect for their passport pictures and stuff. So I'm gonna go with that one. I haven't decided like if I like the darker mood. It kind of like makes it a little bit more moody, or the more fresh feel. Either way, this is going to be probably, if I remember correctly, it was just 6 inches. So just cutting a 12 by 12 down to 6 inches, which basically becomes what your photo mats you would have used for photo mats. So You could pull on a white cardstock or something like that, but I typically stick within the kits just because I like the texture that patterns, even in this case, the subtle patterns, they give a texture to your page. So I always like that. And then in this case, I'm going to ink this. Whenever I do straight edges, this is exactly what I do. Whether I'm live or not, I grab my ink pad and I just kind of messy it up because I feel like you can get away with those more contrast lines for something like this. So let me pull this down. Then once we have that, we're pretty much to putting some pictures and making sure that all, and then this is going to help us to know what colors our accessories should go into. That's why I wanted to kind of get that feel for what that's going to be. Right? And then I'll probably put something up here, maybe a title. I actually didn't decide on a title or a sentiment card yet, but we have plenty of options. So, hello, Joni. I love this paper. It's super fun. It really is. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this behind. So we could have put this behind, I guess, in a way, but you kind of need to know what your borders are going to be before you stick it behind. Guys, these nails, I'm telling you, they're a little bit thicker than like the actual thickness of it. I do powder. I started to just do powder gel. I'm not sure what I think of it or not. I used to do acrylic, and I feel like they're not as thick, but these ones are thicker. I don't know. Anybody have any opinion on that? I'm not like a pro at it. I don't know the difference. I was trying to get the lady to tell me the difference, and she was like, oh, it's just fine, it's whatever. And I'm like, what? So, I don't know. I haven't decided if I like the gel or not, or the gel powder is what I think it's called. So it's a little bit different, but I mean, it's nice. I guess you don't have to use a light or anything like that. But stopped doing them for a while, of course, with COVID and everything. But I used to do acrylic before, and so I thought, oh, I'll try something new. Only my second time doing it, but or third time, I think. She's still trying to decide. Okay. So then I like those kind of popping up over. So again, so if you cut a 12 by 12 to 6 inches, then that kind of keeps that cohesively across. I'm going to push this up because I want this border to kind of pop out a little bit more. So this is what I meant on the border clear lane. If you want, and I want to spend a moment there, just because I know a lot of people are like, well, how do you know which border to choose? And I'm like, well, there's really no wrong reason or rhyme or reason to borders, like, but it does play a difference in your design. So in this case, I chose this one because it came down a little bit more. But if I was going to look at this sketch, I'd actually say the borders that maybe have the parallel is even, so like maybe something like this, like Claire Lane, that would have gave you a more ability to push it upwards, but your parallel would have been the same, so that means that the same amount of patterns or something would showcase in that, if that makes sense. So that's the other piece in Clara Lane, for example, and then of course this, it just means that it takes more, but in this case I wanted this little hup one for where these are. I'm going to cover them with like a title card or something, but yet it still gives that precedence. So just depends, if that makes sense. I hope to do a crafting just focused around that. I know a few have asked. I just haven't had a chance to kind of get that on the schedule. So I did it with the lighthouse template. Oh, cute. From the previous Kiwi Club Kit. I actually have license house pictures. I should have done that. That would have been cute. Okay. Next project. I don't have lighthouses from Maine though. I haven't been to Maine before. I haven't been to Maine. All right. So let's go ahead I'm going to go ahead and trim down my pictures just so I can get those into the mix. And if I remember correctly, I'm going to do this one out of the 4x4. I'm going to go ahead and trim that up. And then, so I'm going to make a mark here, right there. And then on this one over here, I'm going to, let's see, yeah, I'll do this one of Riley. And I just mark these corners and then I'll show you on the paper trimmer. It just kind of gives me that guideline. And then on this one, then obeying. Waiting for it to cross the road. Sometimes I have to push hard. I don't know, it's just kind of like I just use it and then I'll use my paper trimmer, but at least gives me just a mark to kind of to go from. So, and then this one I was going to get as much as the elephant as I could, and then we'll mark that. You can also use a black pen or something if you need to, but I can see them right there. And so then when I go get my paper trimmer, what I'm going to do is I'll line one of those marks up, right? And then I'll cut the edge off, knowing where I'm going to start. Throw it on the floor. I know I said I was going to put it in trash, but it's not happening. So I'll sweep up afterwards. And then at this point, I know it's a 3-inch, so I can kind of get an assessment off of my paper trimmer. So then I just go to 3 inches. And then that one. This one, because it was more in the center of the photo, so I have both the corners marked. So I got to do the cut here to get that edge off, and then I have the other direction mark. So once I have that, then I know that I just go to 3 inches, which I can see the mark there. But then I use my paper trimmer kind of as that guiding point too on that. There it is. So that's our works there. And then I have this other one. Start there. And then I just trim those down. Again, it just kind of takes away a little bit of that guessing work, and especially after I design with them in mind, then I'm trimming them instead of trimming them and then designing. We're like the old days. I used to remember doing that. I can utilize the photo templates for my designing and then just use them as a cropping template at that point. I don't use them as an actual template. I just use them as a cropping market, and then I use my paper trimmer, of course, to cut my straight edges. So, okay, there are our photos. So I can remove the photo templates since we don't need them as a designing tool anymore. And then we're going to cut out a little bit of our elemental pieces. So I'm trying to decide if I want to keep this here. I know I kind of put it there, but maybe, I don't know, maybe just clutters it over here. I'm trying to think. Let's see, this picture maybe close to it, then it makes more sense if I kind of want to mimic that. I don't know. Do you guys think I should do that, Liberty? I'm not sure it's needed, in a sense. I definitely want to do the globe. Okay, let me look at my titles here and see what we got. Do you print your own pictures? If yes, what printer is best to buy? So Tabitha, I print and I also, yes, I print some pictures at home, and yes, I also get my pictures printed. So, yeah. So I do the selfie printer. A lot of people in the community also comment about it, and it works great. I love it, especially if I had not printed pictures before, or if I need them and I want to scrapbook with those right away, I'll use my at-home printer. But when my phone gets overwhelmed with pictures, or it's been a long time since I've done like a bulk print, then I just send them in, and I use Persnickety or Snapfish. It just depends. Like Persnickety, I really love like their specialty, like their larger prints and things like that. If I'm doing maybe like this case, I did a fun 12 by 12 print, and I love their little what do they call them, film strips prints and different things. But if I'm just doing a lot of 4 by 6 prints, then I just usually wait till a sale. So that's a lot of information, but there you go. But I do love that. So those are kind of my go-tos. Somebody was asking me about Costco the other day. I'm like, you know what? My habit doesn't really, I have a Costco membership, but and when I say habit, it's just we all kind of fall into a certain routine and we get used to it. And I've gotten used to using Snapfish, their app and stuff. And so that's kind of my go-to when I do a bulk print, like trying to clean off things off of my phone. And then once they're printed, then I move them from my phone into Google Photos, into different folders, and then I know that they're printed, but they're safe there. Yeah, so original Kiwi Lane pencils that you gave out at the expos, they are my favorite. Oh, that's funny, Kathy. That's great. Yeah, the original ones, so not these ones, because there was original ones were, oh, this is probably original one. This is probably an original one, yeah. I think there's 2 types of the pencils. And there is another one that says, oh, what does the other one say? I can't remember. I have a few of them down here. I use them too. All right, enjoy your journey. Go see Do. Travel does the heart good. Oh, that's cute. That fit inside of our globe. Oh, it would fit inside of our globe. That could be cute. Wanderlust, a strong desire and urge to travel and explore. I love that saying. Touch of red there. My favorite things go where I've never been. That could also work inside of the globe. My favorite things go where I've never been. Okay. So cute. That's hard. It's also the hard part. Life is either a great adventure or nothing. Road trip. Up in the clouds on my way to unknown things, which would be cute for like flying. Summer nights in big city. I already used that one. The world is too big. Let's see. I used adventure. I used to go see. The world is too big to tell just one story. Enjoy your journey. I'm kind of loving the Wanderlist. It's kind of cute, and almost like travel does the heart good, or my favorite things go where I've never been. Probably could do both of these. Yeah, they would fit in these over here. Because this is so red, I would need to bring a little red over here. Like I can already see that I need a little bit of that touch of red somewhere else, which I could probably pick up from one of these back of these cards easily enough. So if I do that, yeah, it's fun. Okay. So that kind of answered those questions as far as the titles go. Then now the question is maybe what to cut this little foundational fun design out of. I'm thinking There's a lot of like creams on the, or like yellows, or these creamy colors, which is almost not working for me on the sense of the background now. So this is a good example where I might choose, because based off of the other choices, to put these in yellow and then flip my background. This is a good example. I'm glad this happened actually, because we were talking about it and who knew that it would happen. Because if I put this here, which would work, my title cards are dark and I don't want that to happen. I don't necessarily like this color on the back of this. It doesn't work for these pictures. It kind of works. It's kind of cute actually. Hold on. So again, this is just like word preference. I wouldn't do the gray because this, you would almost lose it with that other fun pattern. I mean, we're already kind of encompassing this pattern here a lot. So having it be Clara Lane kind of took up a lot of that space. So I might need to move that up a little. It's okay, I'll adjust that. And then let's just see. Let's just see what happens. It is funny that I talked about it. Oh, that's not the one I want. This is the one I would do if I didn't do the gold. Oh, now it's too blue. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm loving the gold. I'm gonna go with it, and I'll just make this other elemental piece work. Because I don't know if I want to go. It just would be so much blue. So sometimes that happens. Sometimes it happens, but that's why I was saying, once you get your layers on, that will also tell. I kind of start. Sometimes you get it on the first take, and sometimes you don't. I could go, and if it's being too colorful, so like if it's just becoming a little bit too colorful with all the extra elements that you want to add, you could go down to more of a clean feel. I don't know, I'm still liking the cream. I don't know. Any thoughts? Try the red background. I don't have a red background. Not in this one. Not with 2 sheets on this kit. No. Which is fine if you went a lot of teal. I just was filling it out because I'm like, But I don't know if this one, it didn't like, I was just trying to think if it's kind of reminding me a little bit of a fall feel, I guess, all of a sudden. So that's why I was like, But I like the gold. I like that it has that warmth to it, which it was a really hot day. So that is true. Hot and humid. But I just want to make sure that the other layers and components will balance it out as well. And so looking at those options, I think this is probably my best option. So I'm going to go with that. And then I kind of like it though. It's different than maybe I typically would do, but that's always fun in and of itself too, I think. So, okay. Then I'm going to go with this larger piece having a pulling on that color. And then I'm going to need to balance it on my other side of my page, because that's what I do. I got to find a balance to it. So I'm going to crease this piece out. This is really pretty with like the blues and stuff. Look how pretty that is. It'd be pretty for lighthouses or even like a road trip to the beach or something. I don't know. It could work for many variations, but I'm gonna cut that out. Oh, look at that, that's piece. I was wondering where Debbie got that piece. Maybe it said that in the PDF. She used this little piece. Do you guys know what sample I'm talking about? And I think that's what she did. She just tucked that in and used it somewhere else. Maybe we'll do that. All right. Inking always helps with the mixtures of colors and patterns as well. So giving it a little bit of an ink edge will help with that. And then we can kind of see what it layers over here with. So kind of layer that there. Cute. Yeah, that's cute. I like it. Just trying to think if it's too busy. I'm almost feeling like I don't need too much. I kind of want the pictures. There's so much to be said in the pictures. But I do love this little flow from Tiny Travel. So I'm going to line that up and then trace it out of this piece. And you could do where you trace the inside out, or you can keep it as a one piece layer. I think that Shiloh maybe had layered hers in the PDF for this month. So if you want to see it layered, I recommend checking that out because it's so cute. But it's also super handy just to trace, you know, right around that and then keep it as one piece. So, and then we're going to cut that out. And this one takes a little bit slowing down. It has a couple details, so you want to slow down your cuts a little bit. But overall, you know, a few seconds. And very simple. You don't have to get up. You don't have to measure anything, program, or anything like that. In this case, you just see if it works, lay it over your design, adjust it to fit the sentiment as far as left or right, and then trace that out. Okay, of course I'm going to ink it because I have pencil showing on the little edges, but I'm going to just ink that in and blend it all together. And probably add a little pop-up because pop-up is awesome for dimension. So we'll probably add that there. Cute. And then we can, because I liked these both. I was trying to decide if it's too like wordy with all of them, but I really did like them both. The other thing I could do is pull out Washington, D.C. again from the paper, which I did on my other layout, but I do like the thought of having it represented here again, just to really make all the pages be like Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C., like they're just the same place and location, the same trip. So I'm thinking we'll go with I like both of those title cards. Okay, I'm gonna trace this out of the paper because I definitely want the Washington, D.C. here. I was just thinking, hold on, sorry. Where's the Tiny Travel? Maybe I want it out of a smaller piece. And then I could like put it up here instead. What about this one? Will it come out of this piece? Oh, I cut off a little. No, I fit it in there. I almost could change it up and do, yeah, that's what I want to do. Okay, hold on. We're going to change it up. I'm going to erase this bottom part. And then I'm going to trace it out of Tiny Travel 2T. I might have to adjust it though so that I don't get the down at the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to move it to the left a little, see how that goes. Okay. Then I'm going to cut that out and bring it to the front for like a focal point, right? Hello Lori, how are you? Happy Friday. How are you? Hopefully all is well. Hopefully you guys are getting some ideas and inspiration. Of course, if you guys do, if you're creating anything, or if you find yourself creating something this weekend or coming soon, or if you want to try your own version of this sketch that we're create this design off of, which you can find in the PDF as well, definitely share it with us, and use hashtag create with Kiwi Lane. We do winners every month, 3 lucky winners. You can post in the community, Instagram, Facebook. We do a winner in all of those locations. So, trying to decide if I want it. No, I like it here. Okay. Cute. Cute, cute. And over here, I could choose to do that, or I could pull in some fun little elemental things to kind of break it up. Which I think I actually have some, of course, string, which we used the other day on the cards. Let me grab that. Like I said, I cleaned up, so I gotta grab it now all back out and make a mess again. I also have some stars. What else elemental that I have? Here, I'll just pull this over. Little bits and pieces you can add just as you get to this decorative point. Maybe if we add a couple little, this is from another kit, previous kit, and I happened to find them when I was cleaning today. I think it will work good. Sometimes it pays to clean. You find little things that you're like, oh, that would be fun, and I just put them over here because I'm like, oh, I gotta remember to use those because I think they're so cute. Also have, so this string I think could be fun for a texture point. This is kind of a go-to once I found it out, because, well, look how much string I have, so it's always a nice go-to because I always have it. But yeah, this is a fun tip. You take this and you just wrap a lot around your finger, and then we're gonna mush it up. There's really no rhyme or reason to this. I thought officially first, but then you can kind of just keep it messy, kind of this clustered texture elemental section over here. You can even just add a couple things like that. And then if I want pop up, I guess if this is popping up, I can pop the star up too. Okay, that could be cute. I kind of get ahead sometimes. Sometimes before I even get done cutting, I'm like, well, I want to decorate it a little bit just to kind of see where the direction is going. And then I get really excited and I kind of want that instant gratification. So, so sometimes that happens, right? That's cute. Okay. The bright red though, I feel like I need a little touch of bright red over here. I need to pull that out to kind of balance it, and then I have this little thing in Tiny Travel too, could be fun. I don't, let me think here. The doodle sheet, we can add a little bit of texture behind this, kind of like a stamping effect. And then I have this over here, and then if we put these pieces, so that might be in and of itself its own little elemental thing, right? You guys seeing it come together? Yeah. It's really okay with the bear. So at this point, I'm just gonna balance. So I'm going to say, okay, I love this section, and then I'm gonna move into the other embellishing elements. So because I need to balance, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out over here on this same color. And again, this is Tiny Travel 7T. Right here. And this is what Debbie did in hers, and I was going to share that with you guys because it was so cute. She actually put the doodle sheet. Let me actually see if I can find it. Oh, I can't show you guys. I keep acting like I can show you and I can't because you guys can't see my screen. But I loved how she put it up around the photo, and that's kind of what gave me that idea, is to put it around the photo because she did it really cute and I loved it. And then she used some of these doodle sheets here to kind of trace inside of those. Or the arrow, it fit perfectly inside that. So before I cut it out, I'm going to do that because I think it's cute. And so I'm going to use a fine point pin here, and I'm going to lay it up on there, and I can see through it so I can kind of get it lined up, and then I'm going to trace that out on top to kind of just follow that. Super fun. Here, I'm going to show it to you guys before I do the next one. And then we'll cut those out. It'll be cute. And then I'm going to do the other side of that arrow. I love how that fit perfectly in there. So cute. It's like we did it that way for a reason. I don't know. Honestly, if this was 7 months ago, I can't remember. I remember us talking about it, but then when the kit comes, I'm like, what happened again? But then we'll cut that out and ink those edges. And I wanted to do it before I cut it out, just so I wasn't like the paper didn't move on me. I did that the other day and I was like, no, it's simple, more easier if you just do it before you cut the pieces out in some cases. And because I kind of knew what I wanted to do with that based off of what Debbie did. I thought it was really cute. Cut that out. That. It's really quiet in my house today, so I'm kind of like, I feel like it's echoing. Like I said, the kiddos are gone. I'm not used to it being so quiet in the house. The cat's actually sitting here just staring at me. I think she's bored. She's bored. Can we still buy Tiny Travel? Yes, Tiny Travel is in the shop, so you can definitely jump on over, log into your account, and purchase that. Let me see if I can find you that link, since I'm basically talking about it so much. It is a really fun set. If you have travels and travel pictures, I mean, I never get tired of it because it's so much fun. And it's really cute on cards too, because it's a tiny set, so it could be used on cards and the shapes and the forms of it. But let me find that link. So you should be able to just log into your online account, of course, and then it'll be all linked up. And then here's that. Here's Tiny Travel. It's just, I just never get tired of it. Need to travel more, I guess, so I can use it more often than maybe I would just. I travel pretty decent though. I mean, I'm blessed with what we do get to travel. It's nice when we do get to take a vacation, so that's nice. And then, of course, we need some pop-up on this. Already, I can tell. A little bit of pop-up so that it kind of stands out. And look how cute. It's so cute. Fun ways that you can use that. I don't know, I've never used it like a corner on my photos. I've used it in many different other ways, like little pointing things, right? You can do all over your page, really. You could use just one arrow too, just like one piece of it, but that could be cute too, according to different sections. All right, so there we go. Now I gotta figure out what other little pieces I want to do. I think over here I want to add a little doodle behind, since I have my pen out. I'm going to just add this little almost stamp wave. Here. I'm showing it with Mod Podge, which is super fun. I'm trying to think what else we could, I feel like I need something over here, a little cute something. Maybe what I'll do is just like have it in the background. That could be cute. Yeah, just a little bit of a balance of the doodling too. Sometimes, again, I think of that way. I kind of do a balance, not all the time, but for the most part, I like to balance those patterns out. And then as far as this goes, I'm thinking like, this one's a little bit brighter. Oh, these are fun that are on the back. I forgot those were on the back of this one. That's probably why I didn't use it last time, because I used these last time. But I really love the Wanderlist. I think I'm going to use it. But I want to trim it down a little, because I want to just keep it in its shape that it is, but I want to maybe take a little bit off there. And then see if I can find a piece for this strip of paper to balance that out. Okay, let me ink that edges. Maybe even add a little texture to the top of that card. There. Right? Oh, how are you taping down this string? When I go to tape that down, I'll just add like something behind the star, and then I'll just adhere that down, and then it will adhere the string down too, like a glue dot or something. Because usually when you do a cluster of string, it's behind something, right? And so whatever it is that you put on top of that, just put enough adhesive on the back of it so that it also catches the string and keeps it adhered down on that. So a glue dot or whatever it is that you might be using. In this case, I'll probably use a couple glue dots on the back of that star. We could put a couple strings up here for texture too. We could also even, I don't know, just for kicks, we could even take this straight card and just add a little decorative to the top. It's all those little, sometimes little, you guys got me on a day that I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds fun, let's do little details. Just depends on the day. I could turn it that way, I could turn it this way. Kind of liked it this way actually. And then maybe have this popped up here for texture. So that kind of takes care of those. I do want a little bit of red. I'm trying to think, there's a heart there, but it's not as bright as this red, and so I'm just trying to think whether I could just do a little piece of strip for, I don't know, just for fun to add a piece of red there. Let's just layer that behind and see what happens. Then we got our balance, and then all we have to do is cut these little guys out. And then I should have a semi. Almost looks like a washi tape, piece of washi tape behind there. I could try cutting out a little heart. We'll see how this goes. I don't have a little heart punch. I could do the little heart on the thing, but it's smaller, I think. I'm only just winging it, guys. Winging it. Sometimes you gotta do that. What's wrong, kitty? I'm so sad. And then I could pop the heart. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Rochelle. Cute. Pop the heart up. If my nails will let me. Oh, there you go. Cute. Okay. And I'll come back down and adhere those down. I just want to kind of get a feel for it really fast. And then I need to cut these out. So what color do I want to cut those out of? I can do green. I can do the green there. I can do, this gold won't work. I could do red. I don't know if I like the red on the yellow. I don't like the red on the yellow, personally. I could do gray. Or a darker green. I don't know. I kind of like the green. I'm going to go with that. Then I can use the rest of this paper up. So when you cut two of these guys out, we're going to actually cut them out together. And so, oh, you guys like the navy? Oh, sorry. Both of you both said the navy. That's my background sheet. I can't use that piece. It's my background sheet. I want to save it. I told you, I have to put that to the side. I almost cut into that, see? I almost cut into it. Yeah, okay. So I don't want to do the whole, I mean, I could do the whole thing. It could just come in more. Let me see. Or I kind of had it designed where it was like off a little. I don't know. I actually like the whole thing. Okay, so we're going to cut these out together. Will it go on the width of this paper? It should work. Okay. And then I'll take the other one and we'll go the opposite direction. Cool. It just barely fits there. Where I cut out the Washington DC piece. So I'm gonna move that. And this piece, you definitely, it's like scallops or chevrons. You kind of have to hold it down and do a section at a time. And so you're just gonna kind of move up and then move your fingers up. You have, like I said, you kind of have to hold it down as you go. I noticed that when I was playing with it. It looks like little trees. You could do some cute little camping pages or something. I think this design would just be trendy in that. And that's all it is. It's kind of just a trendy, I don't know. It's not really a chevron, of course, but it just kind of gives that fun element like a chevron would to your page creation. So then I'm going to move that, and all I have to do is trace the other side now. So I already have that other puzzled together. And so I'm just going to have to trace this one side up. Again, kind of move with it. And then the same thing when I cut this, but it's such a different fun effect than a typical, more traditional look, right? And it definitely has that trendy, more feel to it too, I think. A little bit fun, different elements. So the way I cut this is I'm gonna actually detach it from my larger sheet of paper, okay? And then, actually let me put something here since I'm cutting right over my page so I can catch all my clippings. So I'm just gonna go one way, and then I'm gonna come back the other way. It's kind of the simplest way that I found to cut it. And then we're gonna just go back the other way. And then I'll show you the cut down the middle, but that allows you to get the outside edges, and then I'll go back up the middle. So you just have to cut it the 3 times if you're using 2 of them. If you're just using one design, then of course you'll cut it. So you can use both if you want. I think it's cute. Lots of fun ways that you can use them both on that. And then again, we're gonna go back this way on this. So hopefully that's helpful if you're creating with it, whether you're either paper crafting club member or the template club member. And again, it's just kind of a fun, different, trendy feel to your design. Like, just, well, and if you had more of a tribal page too, it would be perfect that. It just depends on what paper you're using as well. I think I might use it actually for some, I haven't printed them off yet, but we went to Disney World and, or Disney, and we have some Indiana Jones. I was thinking it would be really cute with it. So, I don't know. And then at this point, you're gonna just go zigzag back and forth, kind of like a chevron. And so you're just gonna have to slow your cuts down, kind of lifting your scissors more in this case to get down the middle. Again, maybe some of you might find it more simple to just cut them separate, because then you can just clip in and out. You don't have to trace them out together. You can cut them individually, but still design with them, But I just wanted to show you. They do match up if you want to save that paper, but I don't think it would take too much of your paper. I say that, like, it is an efficient use of your paper, and it does allow you to cut that once at the middle. But if you had them slightly separated and snipped it in and out, then I don't think it would take too much more of your paper up as far as quantity. Granted, when I was tracing it on the sheet of scraps of paper that I had left, it barely snugly got on there. Snugly, if that's a word, but the length barely worked in the case of the scrap of paper. Oops, I got a little bit of a hang there. I'm gonna cut that off. And then just hold it with your hands so you don't rip it apart. So if you're using thinner paper, it'll be a little bit trickier, I think, to ink these edges. This paper is 80 pounds, so it's a little thicker. So I love this, yeah. We definitely love the 80-pound paper. So that's what we produce the Kiwi Club paper out of. Okay, and we can even pop those up. I'm gonna use pop-up on those too. It'll be cute. Little pop-up on that, little pop-up on the other things. I keep a stock of pop-up because when you're adding lots of layers and things, it's just an easy, inexpensive way that you can divide those patterns and stuff between each other. And especially just kind of gives it a little bit more of that foundational structure from on your design. Like that. I had a little bit more pencil there, so I wanted to go a little darker. Okay, We did it. Now I'm gonna throw these scraps on the floor because I already made a mess. So I'm already gonna have to sweep. Okay guys, that's pretty much the wrap. Like I might add some, I had some red over here. We could do a 1, 2, 3 roll. That's where my mind keeps looking at that saying, I'm gonna take this off and just adhere it down. So hopefully that was helpful. That. Was a pretty painless page. And it's kind of different than our other sketch for sure. How's everyone doing? You guys still wanting me to do a pocket page after this? It's kind of already, what, an hour and a half here? I'm gonna put those down. Here too. Okay. Sorry, I just bumped the table. Yes? Okay. Okay. Well, let's finish up this page and then I will go find a quick pocket thing and we'll finish out. I'm happy. I'm finishing out my trip pictures, so this is good. So let me adhere this border down up here. And then I'm just going to kind of do the corners. Right, and then there we go. And then, you know what, I might actually add a little bit of string over here, just from a texture point. Maybe it will help too. Those stand across from each other, so. Okay, so I'm gonna add a couple more strings. So what I'm gonna do is just wrap that again around my hands. And if you want it to be a little bit more full, then you just do more, right? And then we're gonna, yeah, I took that out of my sewing supplies so quick when I saw this. I was like, oh, it's going in my scrapbooking supplies. Okay, and so what I was sharing is like if you layer these things on top, then I just keep it really simple. I don't overanalyze it much. I just add a little, any type of adhesive, you could kind of cluster it right there on top, right? Kind of bunch it together in the middle. Here, let me add my page down. My background strip here. Line it up on the edge. And then we're going to layer that on top, like so. Okay. And then let me see where my page is going to be crossed here. So I kind of want that picture to be right in center, I think. You could do it at the bottom or you could do it centered. I like the blue showing on both sides. So I'm going to do it center. So that it kind of frames, again, mats it in. And then we'll do, and in the sketch, I guess I should have noted that. I didn't do it that way actually. On the sketch, I was showing you guys at the beginning how it kind of went over. I'm pretty sure I did it on my other layout. Here, let me show you so you can compare. Yeah. Okay, so see on this layout, I kept it, the 12-inch intact on one side of my page, right? I need a little bit more adhesive there. See on this one, it came in a little bit and then this came over, so I trimmed it off so that it was not the full 12-inch length. You could have that little piece go over onto your second page, like you see here, because this is for the second page, and so you would just clip that off and then adhere that other pieces so that it almost give this connection feel. But because I'm gonna do a pocket page between these two bookends, that's kind of also why I was like, oh no, I don't think I should. I had that thought, I didn't share it, but I wanted to point it out because I did mention earlier how fun that was, and it is really fun. I think that's one of the fun things about that sketch. So we kind of do that. We do a pop-up on the back of this star so it's at the same level of that other piece, like so. Okay, and then we're going to come over to this other side and let's see, pick this piece up. We're going to start with our bottom layer. It's kind of like what I was mentioning on the borders. If it was more of a, if it was parallel to the bumps, were parallel. Since we're I wanted the bump here, but in the design we're almost losing more down here because of that, but I think it still works. So we're gonna lose a little bit more of that. Okay. And then align those. So again, for those of you who might want to try this sketch, here it is. If you want to give it a go, create your own version, variation of that sketch. And then these were just kind of like up in here. I'm not going to push down on these yet until I get a sense of where I'm going to put this for sure back on here. I'm pretty sure actually I did this picture over here, right? Yeah, I think I did that. Now, I'm kind of push those down. And then on this one, let's put this down. And then I'll pick those pieces up. Again, you can add just a little adhesive. Push it kind of to keep its spot for a moment. On that, add our little adorable globe. I love this globe. And then we'll add our star back here to the mix. Trying to decide if I want to pop the star up or just let it. I think I'll just add a couple more adhesive to the back of that and let it kind of push down over the top of that. Okay. Like so. All right. Okay, so yes to pocket pages. I'm trying to think, just taking one class look. If you wanted to add like, I gotta adhere that down. I was just thinking, I don't know. Let me see if I have like red enamel dots or something. I was thinking that could be really cute. To do like a 1, 2, 3 feel. Oh look, I have a couple. Let's see if they're the right color. Oh, kind of. I guess I could do. So like you always hear the balance, right? Like balance of the colors. So you can kind of think that in along terms of balance, or there's the three rule. So it's like if you were looking at colors, you could do a 1, 2, 3. So like a red, red, red. If I wanted to do something like that, I just feel like something needs to be over here. Just not sure. I'm trying to think if I like. It's a little shinier, though the enamel dots are really shiny, so I'm not sure it's fitting the vibe. I could do just a touch of that red here and maybe doodle something on top of it. I'm just trying to look and think. Let me see. Let me see. I probably should just move on, but it just came to my mind, so I wanted to amuse the thought really fast. And then I'll throw a pocket page together really quickly. Nothing too fancy probably, but we can still play with it. And could cut a little red out of that, but then I don't know, it'd be too much there. I already doodled on those, so I'm not sure I want to do that either. Any ideas? What about a little bit of a, I'm trying to think. Let me see what else I got. Hold on. No, I have like shiny ones, but they're almost too shiny. I have some black ones. Okay, actually, I think Debbie used black ones on hers. Mini tag. Line the red in the line of the arrow. Oh. I see what you're saying. Almost like little red arrows. I only have this little scrap of this red that left, so that's why I was like trying to use it. Wonder if I could. I have red, like there's other red, but it's not the same bright red. I noticed that. It's like, right? It's like, I mean, it's red, but it's not the same red. So, I see what you're saying though, Rochelle. That could be cute. Tag out of the red scrap. Mag tag. That could be cute too. What if I'm trying to think if I can get 2 out of this thing. I don't think I can. Because I was thinking, what if we did cut little red things and put them right there. Okay, maybe I'll just need to use this other red for a moment. It won't be as bright, but it will be okay. Where'd it go? It's like a different red. It's like more darker red. Okay. So this is detailed work, but I think it'll be really cute. So I'm gonna actually use this as a stencil now, and we're gonna do some fussy cutting. This is what I consider fussy cutting. And I don't know, maybe it's a little. Hold on, I know, I have to think when I do this fussy cutting, so my brain stops for a moment. It stops thinking about everything else and just what I'm doing, which is super great, good for us when in the creation process. It'll actually, that is good for our brains to stop thinking about everything else. Too small. Probably ones you weren't thinking. I was thinking the other one fit in there, but it doesn't fit quite. It's not making the statement. Oh, that's kind of cute, I guess. I mean, I could trim down the other one. I kind of wanted it to be aligned in it. So let's try this other one. There's 2 arrows on this. Because when you trace it out, it goes a little smaller anyways. Cut it out at the bottom of the red title card since it is tucked in. Oh, I could do that. I would have to pull it back out though. That's what I was thinking too. Let me see if this red works. Or if it's a little too... At least this one has the red, the brighter and the darker. So hopefully it gives it that bright feel that the other pieces do. Just a little bit of a touch of brightness. Let's see what that does. What do you guys think? It's not as bright. Can you guys see that? It's not as bright. I don't know. I think they were pretty much tucked in. Let me just go back to this and see what. You win some, you lose some. Cut it out on the bottom of it. Okay. Just seeing if you guys had any other thoughts. The line of the arrow. I'm just thinking, what if we just added a little bits? Just a little bit of bits. Just more of a elemental. And then what if I just added hold on. What you got? Cut it out at the lines out. Oh, Michelle, you want me to cut these little lines out? Oh. Is that what you just said? Oh, of the red. Is that what you're talking about, Michelle? That could be cute. Come on, up we go. Let me get this on. Hold on, I almost got it there. Okay, there we go. Yes, that could be cute too. What do you guys think of that? Little accent piece? Just a texture layer. That's it. Here, I'm gonna try cutting a couple lines out like you mentioned, Rochelle. I'm gonna have to get my glue pen out. I almost think you'll lose the sketchiness of it, but it could be still cute. Definitely detail on that. Could be cute. 2. Probably not both. What do you guys think? Which one? I'm probably overthinking it at this point. I do love the thought though. Makes me almost want to create another layout. Little pieces. Yeah, I don't think I'd do both for sure. Okay. I might do that on the pocket page. We'll see where the pocket page takes us. Since that little detail took us a little bit longer. All right. Let me add a little adhesive to the top here. Add that component. And then we can adhere this down. So, okay. Good. I had one other thought. And I'm like, but I was thinking, I was looking at this thing here, and it had like some strips, and so then I thought, well, what if we added a strip there? Just amuse me for one more moment. I don't like that, but I do like. There's my blue again. Kind of feel like it could use a little bit of blue. Okay, or you know what? I'm gonna use the blue a little bit. I think I can make it work on the other end. Plus I'm doing pocket pages next, so it works. What I'm thinking is just like a little strip. I don't know, I saw this sketch and I thought, oh, it could be fun just to have. It's kind of the nature of strips. They just, they ground it. You can ground your design. So I think this one could look cute. Okay, moving on. Moving on. I am on the light matte. And do it there. I was thinking it'd be cute to kind of do it there, because then it kind of brings it up and then brings it back. But then I feel like this one almost needs to come closer to the elements or something. All right. Kind of different. I don't know, it's kind of fun. Usually, yeah, like having that strip there would keep it really nice and clean, but I don't know, it kind of feels different. So that's why I'm kind of liking it, I think. I just feel like this needed to come down a little, so I'll just bring that down so that there's a little bit of space there. Sure, why not? Okay. Well, that is my 2-page layout for tonight's crop. I will do a quick page, 2-page, since I did or a pocket page since I mentioned it. If you guys want to stick around, do some, mix it up with the, oh, there we go. Okay. Pocket page. So usually what I do if I throw pockets into the mix, and I think I might have shared this before, but I'll, well, you can do a full 12 by 12 pocket page. Let me just show you what I mean. Hold on, let me grab them so that there's actually a visual to my context. Sorry, see, I saw those over there, and then now I feel like I need to add a couple over here because of the balance thing. So think in balance. And kind of give that flow. Maybe some more over here. Okay, just little extra little pieces. Don't overdo it. It's kind of fun. It kind of pushes the eye this way again. All right. Okay, let me grab a pocket page, and we'll call that good on that. So hopefully I know where they are. You could do, hold on. So my favorite ones to use, I mean, you guys probably typically see like these 12 by 12. So this is like a full 12 by 12, right? Pocket page protector, and you're gonna need that if you wanna do pocket pages. And then you have to design with the spacing in mind. So that's why you have to grab your page protector in this case first. Personally, I love to do these little half ones. I use these a lot. So these are like 6 by 12, but they're only horizontal. So you only can get some horizontal in there. This one is a 10.5 wide so that you could still see that other part of the page when you have it in your album, for example. And this one gives you 2 vertical and 3 horizontal. So it really depends on what extra pictures you have. So in this case, I have actually a lot of horizontal. So these other ones you can cut down to 4 by 4s and then decorate up around it if you want. Or I could do more decorative boxes. Like for example, I could take one of these and fill that in, and I could add a little extra elemental pieces on top of it. So it just varies, but the problem is with this, if I do that bigger one, I would have to decorate these up, which I could do. So for the sake of showing you how you could decorate pockets, I'm going to choose to do the larger one so that we have to decorate more pockets. Then maybe if you just did this one, we probably would only have to decorate 1 or 2 pockets, right? But I'm gonna do this one so that we have to decorate a few more pockets together to show you kind of that process. So let me put these to the side. And then I didn't need this one. Because when you do a pocket page protector, in this case, a pocket page, you have to take in account both sides of the pocket page because you don't want the other side to be empty in your album, right? So I like to make sure I use both in this case, both sides. And so you would make easy decisions. Like you would just place these in and make some quick, easy decisions. So wherever your pictures can go, you would kind of separate those out and stick them in those pocket pages. So I'm going to do something like that. But because I want to make sure that my other side also has pictures, I'd probably just do those 3, and then I could choose to do decorative things here. So again, it's almost like a mini scrap pocket, right? And then you would fill the other side with more pictures. You know what I could do is I could almost, sorry, I gotta kind of let my mind come back to pocket pages for a moment. What are these 4 by 6? I already used that one. Just let me look at the 4, but the world is too big to tell you just one story. I like that one. That one's cute. So I probably will use this one. And then with decorative elements, let me show you. So now this almost becomes your background sheet that you're going to create on. And this is where, again, tiny travel. I feel like we should just say that tonight's crafting was brought to you by Tiny Travel because I love it and I mentioned it a lot. Which is also, because it's tiny factor, comes in really cute as well. So we can do some cute little pieces across to give it a little bit of creating, that you can get really creative with those pieces in your pockets. And if you're like a traditional pocket designer, I also love it because I love mixing up, right? Adding little pieces on top of pockets. Even on our photos, for example, like something up here, I'll even add a little piece onto the photo itself. So that's kind of what I do, is I start using my photos as that canvas to just add a little elemental onto each of the pockets. So just take one pocket at a time though, is the best way to do that. And here, let me get situated here. So we could definitely do that. You know, another fun thing is you could do, if you didn't want to do these horizontal, because we could either do 3 on the front and 3 on the back. Or we could keep this one open and just do a fun little border design. That could be cute too. Are you guys with me? Maybe I'm gonna have to show you. Okay, let me show you, hold on. Let me move our page so that we're not got that in the works here. Okay. So if I do that here in the front, and we're just going to let it hold its space for a moment, I'm going to flip it over, and let's say we do these on the back. Again, just let it hold its space for a moment. And such, right? Okay. So then on the front, what I was kind of thinking what we could do is we would connect to these two together in design. So we would take our pattern paper, right? And I cut 2 pieces out. So maybe more like a background piece. And well, I guess the question is, what would I cut my border out of? Would I don't know if I would do it sideways on that. Could do the airplanes. I mean, it could be cute. So what I'm thinking is, like, we could take one of these borders, so I'm going to just stay with Clara Lane, and you would just have this border just be a fun little, and you would cut it in half so that it takes the length of the two pocket page, like the 2 spaces, right? So that could definitely be really fun, and take those spaces up easily as far as the design of it goes. Because so you just have to fill in whatever pocket pages might be left. Sometimes you won't have pocket spaces left depending on how many pictures you have left, but in this case I do. So I'm going to cut out a piece for my background. I already cut into my blue, so I'm just going to use that. Okay, and I'm going to cut you know, 2 of those out here really quickly. So let's see, so that's a 12 there, so I'm going to do 4. For some reason that did not look like 4 by 6, but it is. Okay. 2 4x6 slots. And so those will become those background pieces. And if you had another piece on the, like you could have this shine through and decorate because of the double-sided paper, but I already have a picture on the other piece. But like in the case of this one, we could just decorate on top of this other brown if we wanted to. You don't have to, but you could. So you just decorate both sides of those. And then let's say we actually do cut this out. Such a pretty pattern, I love it. And then I might actually extend it a little bit. Okay, a little off there. Now I'm just using one of those, but I'll go ahead and trim that up and I'll put it in my scraps. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm kind of going fast on it. So, but ultimately these are kind of the steps that I take. So you can see it comes together pretty quickly once you decide what pocket frame will work. And then I'm going to ink this and then I'm going to cut it at 6 inches so that it can be placed on each one. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to 6 inches. And then I won't ink those because I want it to almost come across as if they are a 12 by 12 page, right? So that it just kind of flows across the page, like so. Then we're going to add some extra little pieces and touches to this other pocket. And these are really fun. This is in the kit for those that have the Kiwi Club Kit. That could be a little fun. I don't know, just extra pieces, right? They're just super cute. So you could do, again, we can decide if we want little pieces around it. Do you want, well, this could work here too. Or like that one I showed you earlier. And of course, those are kind of, can be placed on that, or you can do just one in the middle. You could do one at the top. So yeah, trying to think. I think these could be cute, just cutting across. Or we could doodle, like using our doodle sheet and just add, or leave it as is. Or leave it as is. You really don't have to, but I'm just showing you kind of the process. I do decide, oh, do I want to decorate some stuff? And I probably even actually will add a journaling card on the other one, since I didn't add it on the 12 by 12 page. Now granted, I have another layout from DC, so it will all follow each other in the album. So I can cut one of these out. Maybe this let's go. Or I could do the date and the place. I kind of already set the place on the other one, and I have the date on the other one, and then the journaling card, so I kind of feel like I don't need it again for this collection of memories. So I'm going to cut these pieces out and we'll see. And I just usually pull on the same elements for my layout. So of course I haven't cleaned up yet, so we could just keep the same rhythm going. Maybe we put these little dots on here, right? To kind of add a little bit more elemental to this this one piece. Let me go ahead and adhere these down. On that. If you just keep them on the edge, it should all align. For the most part, it's a pocket, so it won't be right next to each other, but it should go together. And then, what did I do with my pop-up? Did I already put that away? Oh, I did. Here, let's get that back out. Add a little pop-up to this. Maybe some string. Just to kind of add a little elemental thing again. So again, it's kind of just the same rhythm and kind of the same mood. So no need to kind of pull on new designs if you're sticking to the same memory in a way, right? I often feel that way when I go from a page to a card. I just keep the same, I just make a smaller, I just follow the same kind of elemental feel that I did on the first one. Or on my layout, for example, and I just kind of match that for a smaller version for a card. It's kind of what you're doing here with your pockets. You're just doing a smaller version on that. So if you did something like that, that fills those spaces, and then we could do so you could keep in mind, like again, this would be over here, and then what I would do is I would put the pocket page and then the other page would be on the other side. So you could keep that in mind if you're doing it as a insert between the two pages. In this case, I probably will be. And so I'll just insert in between in my album. And then, so I could pull on some of those, right? So those colors. So I might pull in some cream or this gold over here because it's really represented in the other collection items. So, if that makes sense. Ouch. I stepped my finger. I think definitely we need some red or to break up all the teal that's happening here. I think a little bit of yellow. So now the question is, what element I could put in yellow? I could even just do that. That could work. So let me crease that out, just a small tidbit. The question is, I don't think I want it to go all the way across. I just want it to, yeah, just go down to that piece. So again, if you guys have questions, let me know. I know I'm going kind of fast. Just kind of finishing up these pictures, which I'm happy to do. It will simplify it, and then my Washington, D.C. trip for the most part. Well, that part of the trip, like I said, we took many other pictures, but I condensed my pictures down to only, I think it was, I don't even know. I guess we'll count them up here in a minute. Like I said, I want to go back because we only spent a day there and it was really quick. So I don't know, we'll probably have to do a trip to Washington, D.C. So this way, I'm actually just cutting these in instead of the snipping way. But I think the snipping way is easier. I was just testing it out. I really think that just going in, doing that kind of works. And then go back. And my clippings will fall. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful. And then again, ink those edges. I actually really love how this brown looks on this like gold color. It's really, I was about to say yummy, but I'm not sure that yummy is the right adjective there. But it's, I don't know, satisfying. It's pretty. It's really pretty on there. Okay, and then, whoops, here's my paper trimmer. You could do pop-up on it, and even inside of a pocket. I think that little pop-up makes a difference. We could do a big black one there, and we could even, actually I think I just like it with the one at the tip. And then I don't know if we need pop-ups, so I need to pull this back out. Not pop up on that one. I probably ink this card around the edges too. Like so. Okay. Good. I'm glad that you guys are loving it. Perfect. So then that side is done. Like, you don't have to add much else. You can, but you don't have to. I'm actually looking at this thinking a white pen, which I went to go find my white pen the other day and I couldn't find it. So I was just thinking some cute, I wonder if the black will show. Oh yeah, it shows good enough. Just thinking, oh, hold on, I gotta go back up. I was on the tip wrong. A little bit, following that line could be fun. You guys probably can't see that well because it barely shows for me, but it gives it a little bit, again, dimension. White would be cute. I might have to go find or buy another white pen. I couldn't find my white pen the other day. I'm like, where's my white pen? But maybe Madison was using it for her bullet journaling. Okay, so then we're gonna tuck that, well, actually I don't wanna tuck that in yet because I'm gonna decorate the other side of it. And then these pieces though can just go in and slide in. Now I seal mine with little stickers. We used to sell them. It was kind of our solution. I'll show you guys that here in a minute. It's our simple solution at Kiwi Lane that we found. I liked it way more than fusing my pockets closed. I never got that. Like, it was too much work, and then if you wanted to open it, it was just more of a hassle. So we could flip this over and we could decorate the other side. So for example, we could do like the destination card and or the journal card, which I probably would want to do. Or you could do any other card. So you can take a 4x6 and layer, or 4x4 and layer it on top of a 4x6. So you could play around with that, right? And kind of see what you can come up with. And see. We didn't use that on the other thing, and we didn't use this one. I loved it. Probably should use it here, which would be super cute. I'm trying to think, was there another title card? There was. Travel log. So I could do a travel log, or there's this cute one. Fave. I love that little touch of that yellow here too, but we can find another way to add it. Okay. So then same thing. We're just gonna, that's it. And then, then the pocket's done. I just had to design a couple of those pockets, create a little bit of elemental. Again, I think it's a lot of fun sometimes when you add on top of your pictures too. So again, if you wanted to, you could add like a piece here on the top of the picture, right? or maybe you want to add a little piece there. So, and then you would just adhere it to the top of your picture. So, all right. What about putting the journal card on the other side? Oh, sorry, I must have missed that, Trisha. You mean the other side of the pocket? You mean to like flip these so that this is like this? Is that what you're thinking? Let me know, Trisha. Yeah, because that could go either. I mean, that pocket, I can flip it either direction with the pictures and stuff. So if that was the case, well, I'm waiting for your comment to come through to see if that's what you meant. Then it would be like the brown on this side. I guess I would have to decide that, because if I did that, I'd probably flip it so that it was on the left, right. I kind of liked that pointing that way. No, on the pocket that you didn't embellish. You mean the one that I didn't embellish? The only ones I don't have that I... Tell me again, Trisha, sorry. I'm not sure why I'm not catching up on that one. Put the journaling on the pocket I didn't embellish. And so again, I can do like some just basic ribbon here, or thread on this. The one with just the border. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I could fill those in. I could, so instead of it just being like a border, that could be cute too. Here, let me just see so that somebody can see the preference. Like you could put it here or here if you want. So my thought process when I was doing it is as if it was on, like, if I was just scrapbooking a page, I would just let this border be clean and I would just let it be white space. Personally, I think that's kind of clean. You could do that. You could put it there and just have it kind of up there. But I wanted I think I prefer personally on this layout more of that white space look on it. And just let the border kind of frame those designs in. And then here, I can kind of fill it in on that. I do feel like I want to pull in a little bit of this yellow, gold, whatever you want to call it, just because it was so present in our 2-page layouts too. That was cute. Like so. You do you, Trisha. Okay. Well, I always like to show because it just shows variation of options. Like I don't think there's a wrong or a right by all means, for sure. It's fun to see what everybody thinks, and that, you know, you're like, oh, okay. Just like picking paper though. Some people would pick a different background. Some people might pick, you know, different one preference. We could even put that there. If we wanted to spread it out, we could definitely spread it out across the things. I do love this little cute thing too. It can be tempting sometimes to just kind of like use everything and be like, oh, and I think there's a balance. I think there's a balance of course, taking in consideration what you have and using it to its full potential, and then also just not overwhelming it, you know, like with all the little pieces of options, because we could keep going in a way, right? We could keep going and adding little bits of pieces, and well, you guys saw that with the 12 by 12 page. It's like, okay, keep going and adding a little bit more. I liked this one just because we were outside and I thought, oh, it's Faith and Breathe Air at the new places, so I thought that was good. Plus she was really hot at this point and I was trying to keep her happy. She was like, I'm so hot. I'm like, I'm sorry. It's kind of like bittersweet when you go on a trip. You just try to make sure that everybody's happy, but she was a good sport. So I was like, take a picture with me. So we took a quick picture. All these memories that one day they'll, I'm sure, hopefully just cherish, because they grow up way too fast, you guys, right? Way too fast. Get all the family trips and memories that we can in. Okay, so I'm going to do the title card here, but I'm going to trim it off. Oh, need to ink. Need to ink it. On that. And then I'm going to trim this off here. And ink that up again. And then put our little twine and some pop-up. And I think that's what's fun about the pockets is they just kind of each sit on their own. So in a way, you're just, it's like little mini cards. It really is, because you just decorate each one individually. I mean, you between them, you want them to have rhythm, right? You want them to kind of have a cohesiveness, but you don't have to balance, you know, A, B side like we were doing with the other, or I was taking into consideration. I just kind of take each little piece on its own. Pull that apart a little bit. Sticking together. There we go. On that. And then a little bit of a yellow there. That's cute. Trim that off a little. Like so. And then you can do anything else. Hi Susan, are you working on the second layout? Betsy, I'm working on the finishing of my photos from Washington, D.C. in my pocket pages. So just finished for the most part, I think. I'll add my journaling, which I'll do here in a little bit. So let's go ahead and stick this in. But I will show you kind of, I won't close this one out because I will need to add my journaling. But yeah, I just, sometimes it takes a moment, you know, you gotta get it into the pocket. If you decorate on both sides, then you have to like get both sides in. There we go. And then I take my little stickers. These are just little round stickers that are creased in the middle. And this is kind of ours. Like I was like, you know what? If I'm gonna do pocket pages, I need an easy solution. So we came up with this, which you can get these at, and you just get those pockets in, and then you put this down the middle, and it keeps so that your pockets, when you flip it, they don't flop out. Anyways, you can get these just at like a basic Office Depot. They have versions of these. I'm not even sure what they use them for, but this is what I use them for. I'm not going to seal this one up until I add my journaling, but that way when they're flipping, they don't flop out. You can fuse, I believe that's what it's called, them as well, if you're like doing like a pocket things of it. So this is it. This is now the layout. So we finished this 2-page layout. So probably when I go put it in my album, for example, for all my Washington, D.C. pictures, well, I'll have all my trip together. Like I said, we went to We went to DC and we went to New York, but I did have these pictures from DC. So I have this layout, and I'll wrap this guy up around this really fast. There we go. This layout, and then I'll probably put this in here, the middle, so you could flip it, and then the other layout, and then same sketch, I created this one. So pretty much using that same sketch that we picked was my other DC pictures. So those are the same on the layouts. And then I also have this ending. I'll probably end with my larger 12 by 12 photo print here that I took of them. And I did the same thing. I just added a little bit of embellishment on top of the picture, kind of the same thing I was sharing with you on the pockets. Heck, you could do this on your layouts too. You can add little elements on top of your pictures. It's not off limits by all means. This page I just created out of the scraps that I had left. And of course we're in the PDF for Kiwi Club this month. We are featuring tags. So I just thought it was a fun way to utilize the tags as well. So it looks like I did use that title card there, but they're far enough apart that I think that they're fine. It's super fun. And that was fun to use. If you haven't, I did a video in the PDF using that Mod Paste with the doodle sheets as well. So that's it. Those are my DC pictures. So that's kind of fun. And then of course I'll have to finish up Philadelphia now and different ones. I have a few more of New York, so I'll have to finish those up as well. But it's really fun. Yeah, this was from 2019, July. So like I said, middle of the summer. It was so hot, but good memories, good memories. Anyways, you guys are troopers for hanging out with me this long. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed having a chance to just connect with you guys and of course play create with you as well. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, and like always, if you create whatever you create, I want to see what you create as well, so please share it with us. Use hashtag create with Kiwi Lane, and we do giveaways every month as well. And then if you haven't had a chance, I should grab that link really fast to download this month's Kiwi Club Kit. Well, Kiwi Club PDF, just the idea book. If member or not, we want to make sure that these ideas, if you're looking for ideas to inspire you to create your own, then that's what they're for. So please make sure to check those out. Here, I'm going to grab it really fast and put it in the comments in case someone hasn't done it yet. They're just in the shop. They're free. And of course, if you happen to have the club kit, then they're extra useful and helpful, since you can just create something similar to what you see. So there you go. I just pinned it in there for you. All right. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your night, and we'll see you in the community. Bye now.